Oh. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Aham Brahmasmi. So good morning everyone. Again, good to see you all. So Kirti, some people cannot have enough of me, so they are back. So good to see you all. So are we ready for another awakening? So something very typical happened today, Kirti, in the morning. So they are all like in another zone. But now we will talk about something different then. So some people always say that there is something called as a monkey mind. Anybody encounters that? So we'll talk about a monkey mind then. And not only monkey mind, how to get rid of it. Anyone wants a solution for your monkey minds? Oh, good. The first and foremost thing, have you evolved or still you are that? If you have evolved, then you should not be having a monkey mind. Evolution process has itself taken so much of care of you. But still, if you have a monkey mind, I just want to start by saying, instead of a monkey mind, I say it's a playful Krishna. For you, it might be a monkey. For me, it is Krishna jumping around. So why can't it be divine? Which one do you like? To have a monkey jumping in your head or Krishna? You see, by taking the name itself, you smile. That means you literally want to have that rather than this. Okay. But we are always, I always come out with a disease called a story. I cannot start anything without that. So whenever Revati ji, you go to a restaurant, you order for the starters, right? And my starter is a story. And a new story again for everyone. Okay. You see, you go to a restaurant, they should serve you new foods, or else you stop going there. So what's there in the menu? Okay, let's see what's there in the menu. A story of a student and a teacher. So, shall I begin? Already? Good. So here we go. So there was a student who always had problem with thoughts. Vicharon ke upar problem. Like he always used to. He said, Guruji, I have been with you for a long time, but still I don't have a control on my mind. What should I do? The teacher said, keep practicing, keep practicing. He said, I've been practicing for years now, but nothing is changing. When I'm sitting, even doing jap, even doing taking the mantra, still it also still jumps at that moments as well. Okay. So how to get rid of it? What to do? The teacher says, keep on your practices. But This fellow was literally pissed off. He said, oh, aur kitna din? Can you see, it itself is the monkey mind doing it. Getting pissed off with the guru itself. Okay, done. So the teacher said, but you continue few more days, we will see. He just pushed him away. And this made him more irritated. Then what happened is, after a few days, the student went back. Well, nothing is happening. I'm not able to concentrate. I'm not able to sit quietly. The guru says, okay, do one thing. If you're not able to sit quietly, you can go out. You can go out for doing bhiksha. And you bring the bhiksha. That's how we survive, right? So you go out, do the bhiksha. And I believe your mind will be settled. But you know, monkey mind is monkey mind. Now he goes into a village. Now here the story becomes very, very interesting. Especially Kirti, you listen to this. Huh? So when he goes into the village, he goes for the bhiksha. He's a young guy. And a beautiful girl comes out of the house. Now you know why I said the story becomes much interesting here. A beautiful girl comes out of the house. Now his chanting stopped in between, actually, what he was saying. His bowl in front, looking at the girl and just stunned. Never seen her. Then the girl gives the bhiksha. He just looks at her, stares at her actually. But somehow the girl went back, and then he comes into his senses and goes on his routine, returns back and goes to his guru and says, keep your bhiksha. Now I'm more irritated. The guru says, what happened? Now I don't have any control on myself. What have you taught me? He said, why, what happened? No, you said go do a bhiksha. I went there and there came a beautiful girl. Now by looking at her, I forgot who I am. Now tell me, how can I control my mind on this? He said, but why are you irritated? He said, you know where it took me. The Guru says, okay. Then how to control this mind? Guru says, continue going for the bhiksha every day. The next day he goes again, knowingly this time to the same house. You know, you always get pulled towards certain thing, even without knowing that it is not good. You still get, hota hai nahi hota hai, Kamlender ji? It gets you pulled there always. Then again goes there. Again the same. She came. He was about to say something but stopped himself. Came back. Guru said to the Guru, this is what happening today. Even I was about to open my mouth. I said, no problem, you continue to do what you are doing. Go to and do the bhiksha. One fine day, that young monk comes with a red face. No makeup, but you know what might have happened. So when he came to the Guru, he puts his back in front of it. See what has happened. What happened? You cannot see on my face. What happened? No, all these days I was controlling. Today I said. And she beat me up very well. She literally took out her slippers and slapped me very well. Now look at this. What is this? The Guru smiles and says, so you should control your mind. He says, that's what I've been asking you. How to control your mind, my mind. And you are not telling anything. Now you see what has happened to me. The Guru says, you are going to put my name into trash. He said, I know I might put your name into trash, but you have to guide me how to not go into that trash. And you are not telling me any ways to come out of that. Every single day I'm struggling with my own self. And now you see what has happened. And if you tell me to go again, I don't know. I don't have any control. I just go there, and while looking at her, I forget everything. And then next what happens, you will be responsible for it. Then don't tell me that why the people of the village threw you out of this place. You are the Guru, you are not teaching me anything. I am telling you the problem. Anyone who has been telling their problems, I'm not listening. So Guru says, okay, fine, let's do one thing. Let me give a solution. He says, finally, after this, you were waiting for this or what? Then I should have asked her on the first day itself. Now the Guru says, okay, let go. You come along with me. The Guru takes him into the fields and there is a horse. And he says, this is your mind. Now control it. This horse's name is mind and you have to control it. How are you going to control it? He said, is it that easy? He said, yes. If you can control this, you can even control your mind. He said, that's very easy. He said, okay, go ahead. Slowly goes behind the horse. Slowly puts his hand and taps the horse, everything. But the moment he tried to sit on it, the horse jumped and kicked it with his both back legs and hurt very on his chest. He fell down. Suddenly, Guruji, 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 help me. The Guru was around there. He said, what happened? No, you said to tame it. I was trying to tame it, but it kicked me. He said, that's what you have to learn. The Guru takes him back, puts bandage and medicine, everything. Next day, morning, okay, go ahead and tame your mind. You remember the mind is still there in the field. Go and tame it. He says, okay, this horse, if I go from behind, he's kicking me. Today, I will go from the front. Now goes, puts his hand on his head. But the moment he tries, he says, let me look into his eyes so that I have a connection. But the moment it looks into his eyes, the horse didn't like it. Took both of his forelegs and hit him again. Sometimes you do that with your mind, right? At times, let me not tell my mind and capture it. It kicks you. Then you say, okay. Let me dar ke aage jeet hai. You heard that story someday or that dialogue and you say, I'm going to look into the eyes of my mind and capture it. What does it do? Aur zor ka padta hai. He gives another with his forehand and he falls again. Again goes back, Guruji, Guruji, Guruji. Guruji said, what happened? Now I tried to tame that mind and you see what it has done to me. He said, you should know that. That's what I am saying to you. He says, you are not saying anything beforehand, only saying when I am going through all this. He said, you should be intelligent enough to know this much at least. He said, okay, but okay, no problem. You just take rest for a day or two. Then the third day, 2 days back, late, he again wakes up and says, Guruji, today I am going to tame the horse, the mind. So give me your Ashirwad. Give me your blessing. He says, okay, go. Guru is not saying anything. He said, go. Okay, he goes again. Now this time something more amazing happens. He tries to sit on the horse and he throws him off his back. At times you also try to sit on your mind. No, I will just sit in meditation. My mind should automatically become quieter. What does it do? It throws you off. Now again back pain comes back. Guruji, Guruji, Guruji. He said, what happened? No, I sat on the horse and it threw me off. Guru said that you should know. Now the student says, I should know everything, then why you are the Guru? If I should have known everything, then why I'm coming to you? What use of yours? Guru smiles and says, no, take rest, take rest. Then the Guru says, why don't you go for Bhiksha again? He says, I will never go into the village for Bhiksha until I tame my mind. Says, okay, fine, as you like it. Then the next morning again he's ready. Very determined, Just like you people show up in every show. Morning session, evening session, afternoon session. Very determined. But now he goes, and this time something amazing happens, Alibaji. Both the mind and this disciple both vanish for some days. For 2 days, no one is seeing them, where they went. But the Guru says the student is no more there. I have to go for the Viksha. So the Guru is going out for the Viksha. What he sees is both the mind and the student coming towards him. The student has sat on the horse. Okay. He has sat on the horse. The Guru from afar off says, oh, he's returning. But when he comes closer, he says, oh, wow, you tamed it. He says, no taming. I don't know. For the past 2 days, I am on it. And he's running continuously. The Guru says, stop it. He said, I don't know how to stop it. You never told me how to stop it. And by saying that, it passes away again. Gone. Guru is looking at the student, and in a fraction of a second, it vanishes again somewhere. In the late night, the student comes limping with pain and scratches and everything, reaches out to the Guru. He says, Gurudev, give something to eat. Give some medications. He said, why? What happened? No, I didn't have any control. I sat on it. I went along with it. And he took me around for a ride for 3 days. I don't even have food or water. Somehow I got off it. And I have managed to come here. The Guru says, okay, eat the food and take the medication. But tomorrow morning you should go to the do and Bhiksha. Leave that. But he's determined. He says, no. Until I control my mind, I will never go for Bhiksha again. He says, okay. The next day, again what happens? The student, before going, goes to the Guru and says, I am going to tame my mind again. Please give me blessing. The Guru says, that's fine. Do you need anything else? He said, I don't know anything else, but you are not telling me anyway. So I think like today also I will go fall, then I will return back to you. The Guru says, okay, let's do one thing. Let me go along with you today. So somewhere that horse, jiska naam mind hai, the horse that is there, they reach out to them. The Guru says, now go. He said, I somehow managed to sit on it and it took me 3 days to come out of that. Today, if I sit, then I don't know how many days he's going to take me on a ride. The Guru says, you have to understand one thing. Before riding it, you need a string to tie it. All the people, those who know horse riding, there is something called as a string that pulls the horse. It has a control on it. So you should put that first. What do you call that, Sunny? That entire, the horse riding people. Saddle?
I know the Hindi word.
Saddle.
No, I think the saddle is what you put on the back of the horse.
Okay. It's a saddle back and the rope that.
And the reins, I think they call the
reins. Reins. Yes, absolutely. Hose or reins, correct. So you should have reins and the saddle back. Then only if you sit, then it is good. Now that fellow is putting a hand on his head. All these days I knew this, but I was never doing it. Now tell me, all that story that you tell, don't you know to deal the story? But the story doesn't end here. He says, okay, today I will tie the reins and the saddleback and then see. Guru says, okay, as you like it. Guru goes off. After a long struggle, he puts the saddleback as well as the nose. sits and runs away again. No control. कोई control नहीं है. Just like when you are not able to control your mind, close your eyes, take 10 deep breaths. Works? At times not. Depends on the horsepower. It took it away. 3-4 days gone. Now, Guru is searching for what happened to my student. Another 5 days gone. Still no return. After almost a month, now the student comes. Riding the horse. And completely quiet and silent sitting on it. Now he comes back and stops in front of the Guru, and the Guru says, so finally, you know how to ride it. He said, one thing that I know, that now that horse understands what I say, and I understand what it is going through. And we have a kind of a relation with each other now. A slight hint from me, it understands it has to run. A slight hint from me, it knows to stop. The Guru says, how did you do that? I never taught you. He said, you didn't taught me, but you gave me all the opportunities to fail and learn. And now I have a control on my mind. I don't have thoughts. I can just sit down. Guru says, then do one thing. For a month, you have been having a gala time. Today, go for Bhiksha. Goes for Bhiksha today. Same house. But this time, by the time he reaches to the house, what he sees is the girl is standing along with one of her friends. So 2 girls are standing talking to each other. And the moment the girl sees this person, they start gossiping something. And then this day, but he is very calm, quiet, very stable in his mind with his Bhiksha Patra in front of it. He says, calls out to the friend of that girl, says, sister, can I get some Bhiksha? She quietly goes inside and brings the Bhiksha. And by this time, the girl comes near him. She asks, where have you been for so long? And he says, sister, I was doing my sadhana. The moment she says, sister, she took and gives 2 more. You know why? This time, why he got slapped? The girl says, I have fallen in love with you. Now you have come here and telling me a sister. And this very moment, again, the horses ran. It started running. Oh, what have I done? Oh, opportunity. You see, when you say that your mind has been controlled, tamed, even there are things that will again pull you back there. He was just, so what he did, instead of staying there, he actually ran away from that place, went to his Guru. He said, what's going on? Guru says, why? What happened? This happened. The Guru said, then why did you run away? You only said, no, you have a complete control on your mind. He says, I thought I had complete control on my mind. But the moment he said this, again, it started going somewhere. That's why I ran away from that place. Then the Guru says, this is what I wanted you to learn. First and foremost thing. If you want to have a control on your mind, first you should understand your mind. You should know its requirements. what agitates it, what irritates it, what kind of food it needs, how to put a saddle on it, how to put the reins on it. Then also it will throw you off. It will tip you off. Then it will take more sadhana for you to sit and master over it. And thereafter also, when you think that you have created a good coordination between you and that, again there will be opportunities where your mind will run away again. And the Guru says literally, I never thought that you will ever be able to do this, but what you have achieved on your own has made you ready to now sit with me and let me teach you how to control your mind. Thank God I have not asked you to go for bhiksha. Thank God I have not given you a horse. Or else you would have ran away long time ago. Okay. Any relevance with the story? I just made it a fun part so that it doesn't hurt, you know. But now the question comes, how to control that? Have you fallen enough? Have you hurt enough? Because until and unless you go through that, it will just be a luxury to have a control of your mind. It becomes like a fashion. You say, oh, everybody is talking to control their mind, so let me control my mind as well. But if you have really gone through the pain and problems of it, then you realize this is something I'm not, and I should be coming out of it. Ready? What are the ways to come out of it? First and foremost, understanding. What is your mind? Kirti, shall we go on a conversation? Please unmute.
Yes, Manash.
So what is your mind? You tell anything, everything is okay. And that's how we will realize how the mind is, because the mind will try to hide itself. So now tell me, what is your mind?
I think my mind is an accumulation of memory, ideas, things that I've gathered over the years.
Amazing.
And an analysis of those things. And whenever a situation presents itself, basically my mind, or I use my mind, that information, that memory, to judge of what I need to do or what will potentially happen in that situation.
Okay. Very good. If you have all these questions, you should see the session that I had today in the morning. You should not miss that. And you should see it completely. In the initial phase, everything goes off bounds. And that's what I said, Kirti, don't go by my height. I can still throw bounce balls.
Okay, I'll watch it.
And you have to watch it from beginning to end. Not even a blink. If you blink, you will go. It is such way it has been built. So now, but to give you another idea of these things. So as you rightly said, it is an accumulation of your past experiences, the ideas that were generated because of your experiences of past life, right? And due to which that has become kind of a dictionary for us, which is the reference point for every action that we do.
Yeah.
What is good or bad, what is right or wrong is based on that dictionary that we carry. Is not it? And we all remember that story. It has been shared again in the group. The story of a bird that was trying to find a place where it can build its nest. And she goes to one tree and the tree adamantly says, no, you cannot. And this bird is pregnant and she wanted to build a nest and he adamantly says, no, you cannot. The bird says, despite looking at me, why don't you help me out? He says, no, I cannot help you. Go away somewhere else. And then what the bird does, he goes to another tree and he says yes, and she stays there. And one fine night, when it is a stormy night, the bird was saying, you see, she was safe in her nest in the strong tree. But this tree was slowly falling down, and the bird was happy, saying, you see, your karma. You didn't help me. Now karma is working on you and you will fall. She was cursing. And that happened. The tree actually fell in the night. And then in the morning, the bird went to the tree just to, at times we feel like, I should show you who I am. Right? Then the bird goes towards the tree and says, did you see how karma took over? I was requiring a place to stay in you, but you denied. And you see what happened to you. And the fallen tree just looks at the bird and says, this is the reason why I denied. What did it say? This is the reason why I denied, because I know I am not strong enough and the rainy season is coming and I might fall. And if you have kids on my branches, you have belief on me, you have faith on me. And if I cannot hold on to your faith and belief, your kids will be killed. And that's why I knew that I am not strong enough to stay. I denied you. Now, all this moment, if you think from the perspective of a bird, the tree was a villain. He did not help. But in this case, although the tree did not help, what was its intention? But initially, as a perspective of a bird, it looks like a villain. But when the bird realizes what the tree said, then what happens? Why did I say that, Kirti? This is our mind. What it says as right might not be the truth. It might just be a perspective, the way I'm looking at it. It can be with a person, place, or thing. My perspective is running my entire world. And based on that, I'm living my life. As you rightly said, all my ideas, all my past experiences. Because of my past experiences, I think this is right, that is wrong. And we judge people, places, things on that basis. Right? So here, but at times your mind is tricked because it doesn't know the reality. So how to get into that reality frame? As I rightly said, first and foremost, understand your brain. You said it is an accumulation of ideas and experiences. Unmute yourself. How have these been created? What created your past? What created your memories? What created your ideas? The very specific answer would be the circumstances that I was in, the kind of people that I was in, the situation I was in.
Yes.
So these are the things that actually give you all these things that are created out of it only.
Yeah.
Now, in that moment, the question is, in that moment, do you had a very much of choice? In those times, let's say you are a kid, you don't have much of a choice. Rather than growing in the same space where you are, you didn't have much of a choice.
No.
But thankfully enough, many of us had a good childhood. We were in a good place. Agreed?
Yes.
But now, I have the idea, the capability to change my circumstances and situation? Do you have a control on it?
Now I do, yes.
Now you do, because now you understand the mechanism, how your ideas and your memories are created. And if I change this space, can't I change my patterns of my mind?
Yes.
Absolutely. That's where the spirituality realm and these talks come into play. Because you cannot change the situation, circumstances outside, you can change the situation, circumstances within. Which is more influential? Somebody saying you something or you saying that to yourself? Which is more powerful?
Me saying that to myself.
Absolutely. One fine day, somebody says, you are good for nothing. But on that day, you were super believing yourself. You were filled with like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. That's what you say, right? You just push them away. But one fine day when you are down and somebody didn't say that you are good for nothing, he said, you can do better. That day, you started talking to yourself, I am good for nothing. So can you see it is not the impact of the outside, it's the impact that what you speak to yourself is more important.
Yes.
Until this date, what happens is whatever is happening to me around in my circumstances, situation, that becomes my internal dialogue. And that internal dialogue has become my experience. And that experience has become my reality because I live it every day.
Yes.
So if you have to change your reality, what you have to change now?
Your experience.
Your experience. In order to change your experience, what you have to change? Your internal dialogue.
Yeah, that's right.
How will you change your internal dialogue? At that time, you didn't have a choice, but now at least you have a choice to choose. At least not creating a dumping zone. At least clearing up the things so that you have a clarity of thoughts. Haven't you seen, like when you have a lot of work to do, it is so clogged that wearing a socks becomes difficult. Tying a knot of the shoe becomes difficult. One fine day, it is so clogged, you are so busy, you have to go somewhere. That time, that shoe that you used to wear so easily, today it's not fitting you. Happened?
Yeah.
Everyone goes through that. Why? Because there is no clarity of mind at that time. That is clogging of mind in that time. So now, how to declutter it? Decluttering it, yes, breathing techniques. Putting the right kind of inputs. Can I put a sugar cane in the grinder and expect a mango juice? Putting a sugar cane on one side and expecting a mango juice on the other side?
No.
It won't, right? So that's what we are doing. We are trying to act from a standpoint of the mind which is not ready to give a solution, and we are trying to find a solution from that standpoint. You know what is madness? Continuing to do the same input expecting another output. That's madness. So what you have to do? Input changes, output changes. So how to change my input? All these years, you have been listening to people. All these years, you have been listening to news. All these years, we have been gossiping. So what to do now? Replace. Replace what? Exactly, if all those situations, circumstances, people around you have created your thoughts, memories. Now let me put some good inputs into it. Good inputs in the sense, read about good people, learn some good music, get into that zone where people are aligned. Then what happens? Now I start slowly changing it. For example, will it change on one day? It won't. It's just like a glass is filled with black water. If I have to change the water, I have to keep on pouring white water into it. Slowly, slowly, what will happen? The black water will overflow. Not instantly, slowly, slowly. But after some time, what will happen? All that black water is gone, only white water is left, crystal clear. Similarly, with our mind, it will not move with one day. It has been filled for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 60 years. But do you think it will take that much time to clean it? No. Because it all depends with the source that you are using to clear it up. So now, there are certain ways of clearing it, and meditation is one of the most powerful ways. But while doing meditation, we have given you so many techniques and things that you can go through. But I would like to give you a guidance today. That I was about to talk in the morning, but somehow I stopped, and I thought that would be more beneficial now. So there are, whenever you close your eyes and sit for meditation, two kinds of things can happen. One is the right way, one is the wrong way. Now the question is it a possibility to even do meditation wrongly? Yes, there is a possibility. And then how to know that? That's what I'm going to tell you. Now I'm going to create a reference point within you so that you realize whether you are doing it right or wrong. Or else what will happen is, at times, have you seen people sitting for meditation become more irritated rather than being quiet? Happened to anyone? You sit down to meditate and all your thoughts are just bombarding, and those thoughts that irritate you bombards and you run away from that place. And that's why people say meditation is not the cup of my tea. It's a tea of my cup, whatever it is. But that is not the case, because they never stopped by to understand what the issue was there. So now today I'm going to give you both the ways. When we close our eyes to sit and meditate, how to know whether you are doing it right or it is wrong? Shall I? Okay, very good. First and foremost thing, whenever I am sitting and meditating, please close your eyes. Kirti, keep your mic on, because I will ask a few questions to you, and others as well. They can participate, they can type it. Okay. So all of you just close your eyes and let's say you are meditating. If you are meditating, what do you see? The first instance, you close your eyes. जैसे आप आंख बंद करके थोड़ी देर बैठते हो, आपको क्या दिखने लगता है?
Concentration on my third eye.
Okay. So what, is there any image that you can see? And if that image is clear or hazy?
I can't see any image.
You cannot see anything. Now, if you cannot see anything, is it dark?
Yes.
Is it smoky?
Yes.
Very good. This is the wrong way.
Okay.
This is the wrong way. Now, whenever this happens, Kirti, remember this. And you can tell this to everyone, those who are meditating and going through this problem. You know what will happen is, I was talking about two things, Rajan ji, subhe aaj bol raha tha na. One is that Uttarayan and the Dakshinayan. We have related that to the sun, but that is also related to meditation. So what is it is, one, when you sit, when it is not clarity and it is just hazy and dark, don't go meditate. Stop it there. Open your eyes. Again, create that set of mind and then again close your eyes. That is why it is always said to start the meditation by focusing on something. Today in the morning, Alivaji, we started with a focus on an object. Why was that done? So that you have a clarity on what you want to do. Why do we have the idols in the temple? Why do we have a puja house in our temple? Why do we have the gods and goddesses hanging all around our houses? It's only because of that. When you are starting to meditate, the first thing that you need to do is keep something that you can look at. जिसे आप देख सको. And when you are able to look that, what happens is it creates a image within you. And when that image is there, you have a reference point where you want to go. Or else, haven't you seen people just saying, I am just going through a tunnel, going through a tunnel, going through a tunnel. I don't know what is happening. I'm just going into darkness, darkness, darkness. That's not the way. That is the space where you should stop. Open your eyes, go back to a reference point. It's up to you, whichever thing you believe in. It can be an image of a god. It can be an image of a person whom you believe of immensity. It can be your image. But the only thing is, if you are keeping your image, you should be completely agreeable and unconditionally loving yourself. Then only keep your image. But that generally doesn't happen. Yes, Narendraji, that works. Because the mind is looking towards something that it believes in. जिसके ऊपर भरोसा है उसे. So what you do? Keep an image of something that you believe in. Any God's image that you believe in. Put it there. Look at it constantly. We will do it right away. Anything, Kirti, around you?
Yeah, I've got an image of God in front of me.
Very good. So which God is there?
It's the Dhyanalinga.
Oh, very good. Amazing. So look at it. Everyone, if you have anything around you, you can just look at that thing for a moment. Just look at any object as well. No problem. Just to give an idea how it works. So now you saw that, Kirti, right?
Yes.
Now close your eyes and see the same thing within you. Can you see it this time?
Yes, I can.
Yes. This time you are doing it right. Now open your eyes. I will tell you why you are doing it right. This time you are not going into haziness. You are not going into a space where you don't know what is happening. It's like walking in fog. In walking in fog, you will meet with an accident. That's it. But when you have a clarity, that's why choose your deity. After choosing the deity, close your eyes. Then go through that process. And what you have to do is, first and foremost thing, you will see the image of that. And when you have the image of that, you have concentration on that because you completely believe in that object. Then slowly, slowly, you will transcend this. This is just a beginning part. You need not have an image always. Slowly, we'll transcend from that. What happens next? At least now I know I am not going here and there. At least my mind is focused. Or else, if I just ask you to close your eyes, your mind will go here, there, everywhere, wherever it wants. It's like you are sitting on the horse and it is taking you wherever it wants to. Then imagination comes into play. Then you see something and you say something. It is not the way. So reference point should be there. So here today, when you have that reference point, you are sitting with your closed eyes and now you are able to see that image of the God. Now you concentrate on that image of the God. The more and more you concentrate on the image of the God, you become more and more quieter. And you will see when you become more and more quieter, soon and soon enough, even that image will vanish. When that image vanishes also, you are not moving here and there because you have found a pathway. Who has become your guide? Here, that deity, that image has become your guide. And most amazing thing, Kirti, that many of you don't know, there have been experiences of many seers and sages that they could not record it in words. They could not put it into words. But these sages and saints are still available. If you are guiding yourself into this way, in this path, automatically you start getting guidances of it. Because they cannot speak about those in words, they will guide you through their experiences. We do a mantra in our Mahanirvana, right? That Siddha mantra. You know why that Siddha mantra is given? Because as you have started walking in the right path, may all those sages, those who want to help, come for your aid and help you with their experiences because they could not share what they experienced through their words.
Manash bhai, I've got a question or a clarification, please.
Yes, please.
When we are doing our daily jobs,
Okay.
and usually how I tend to do it is depending on what job I'm doing, I tend to visualize what I'm trying to manifest with that particular job.
Okay.
As you said, usually when and I do that so that my mind can't go back and try analyze or redigest all of the ideas that I've got in my mind, so that I can create something else or a new experience that my mind hasn't experienced yet.
Yes.
I know that new experience might be a result of all the ideas that I've accumulated anyway, But I don't think through a job or I don't just sit down and meditate as such,
Okay.
or sit in silence. Maybe I do for a few minutes when I'm maybe doing Gorakshnath process, or after that when we are at the end of all of the process, when I'm trying to do the 50 times, pulling your anus in, you're doing that process. Um, that is the only time I'm silent, or my mind is silent. Would you recommend that I add another kind of meditation where I'm sitting silent or
Okay.
concentrating on an image?
Very good. So a very amazing question, because everyone goes through this. Okay. So now what you have put forth the question is, I have given 2 techniques in the last week. I think like that would be easier for you if you go and follow that. Okay.
Okay.
One thing is, whenever you are doing this puja, you have a shivling at home.
Yes.
Okay. So on that shivling, you sit in front of it and do your job every day, or how is it? You have another space for doing it?
No, I literally sit in front of it. I'm not facing it because I tend to face the east, and
Okay.
I've got the deity in the north direction.
Okay.
So I do sit
But
in
you
front of
can
it.
still sit in the northeast direction, right? You can face towards the northeast direction.
I tend to sit, yeah, east and northeast.
Yeah. So that
Yeah.
is fine. So now that shivling that you have, on that there must be a tripund also.
It's a silver shivling and it hasn't got a tripund, but we
Okay. But
usually
have
tend to
you put
it.
anything as a sindoor or chandan or
Yes,
ash, whatever, something?
yes.
So you do one thing from this time, whenever you are sitting, as you said, is there any way of doing it? You just sit there, look at that image, that shivling, to that point from where it is emanating, means the point where you have kept that sindoor or something on it. If it is a tripund, it would have been easier because you can see the tripund, and on that there is a dot as well. Either it would be an eye or a dot.
Yes.
If it is not that, you can even do the same thing with the image.
Okay.
So you keep it and you focus on that dot. Just start doing a tratak on it.
Okay.
Just looking at it. Instead of doing a point on the wall, you can do it. Now, why I am suggesting to do it on an image of Shiva right now? Because now you have done certain processes which has made you ready for this. For kids, this is not allowed. If any kid is there, for those kids, you have to just draw a point on the wall or something that they can focus on. Don't ask them to focus on that shivling, please. It is because of your sadhana that you have done, you have evolved to a place where you can do it. Okay.
Okay.
So now you are looking at it and just sit quietly. Just focus on it. No meditation, no japping that time. And still it would be great. So one thing is that. Second thing is, during our this last Sunday, when we are in the retreat, I asked people that on Sundays they do the Dhanakarshan Bhairav jap of 16 times. Means the Dhanakarshan Gayatri jap.
Yes.
So while doing the Dhanakarshan Gayatri jap, what they have to do is just now visualize. Do you do that jap?
On Sundays, I usually tend to forget.
No, I got the answer. You should do it. It not even takes 2 minutes.
True.
Okay. And you should do it, but you have to do it with a very new way of doing it. How many of you did with the new way of doing it? The thing that I told you, Sudhaji did that. Sumaji did that. Alivaji. Okay. So these people are on the screen so I can see them. So when you did that, what is your experience with it? Deepika ji also did that. Don't you feel there is more connectivity with that? Now, for the benefit of everyone in the room, what you have to do is, while doing this jap, it is only for 16 times. It's a one-liner. Now, when you are doing it, the only thing that you have to start with the imagination. Ishwar, why should I start with an imagination? I say, you imagine yourself life to be troublesome. Why can't you imagine your life to be good? And I think that is better. So when you are sitting with your closed eyes and you are starting to do that jap, start from the feet. पैरों से शुरू करो. What you have to start? Look at the feet of Dhanakarshan. And then what you do? Put an ornament on it. As if you are decorating it with every chant. There are only 16 chants, right? So distribute from leg till head 16 type of ornaments that you want to decorate with. And by the way, Kirti, it doesn't cost anything. But it creates a magical experience. Why? What happens is at times when I'm doing the jap and I am only trying to focus on my mantra, even I miss on the mantra at times. So what is the best way? Because my mind is hovering here and there. So what should I do? In that moment, focus on that divinity. The next step would be focusing on the vibration within. But till you reach that space, what you have to do is close your eyes, imagine that image of Dhanakarshan. Start from the legs, one jap, put every ornament on his feet, how you want to decorate the feet. Slowly go up, up, up. And by the 16th jap, completely look at it as if it is fully studded with gold and whatever you put. And now you just look at it and close your eyes and sit in front of it. Now, how does it feel? Amazing. Because this time you are not just waiting, you are decorating your own God. And when the God you are seeing, you are sitting in front of it, do you need to even ask what you want in your life? I don't think so. Because if you even go it by the way you are attracting things, even law of attraction kind of stuff those people talk of, this is more powerful than that. I will tell you why. Because when you put on the ornaments on your God, you don't think about 1 gram, 2 gram. You put the heaviest ones. You bring in the best ones. Now, while creating that, you are also creating that image within yourself. Now, what is the power of mantra? The power of mantra is whatever I am thinking, the power of mantra is manifesting it by force, by vibrating it into that same space and creating it in the present in my life. Manifestation. Is not it? Mantra is the vibration. The image is something that I want to have manifest in my life. Now both combine, it creates in your life. So now when you are seeing your God, you are decorating it with the mantra. You are creating huge thing for your own self. Now, if you don't have it, how can you decorate your God? And when you are visualizing, you are not thinking about your bank balance. You are just thinking, I have to decorate my God and this is the best way I can decorate it. And when you are doing it, your mind pattern are breaking to what? To scarcity. Your mental blockages that I don't have breaks there immediately. Because you are not thinking about money. You are just creating whatever you want to create. And then when you are visualizing that completely in front of you standing, what are you visualizing? You are absolutely visualizing one thing. And can I add the last magic to that? Which might just blow your mind. Takes guts. It will take guts, Kirti, to do that. But why not? You know the guts it? You have created your God completely, decorated it. You are sitting. Finally look at its face. And see yourself. Then what? Tab kya? Now, how does it feel by just listening to it? It doesn't matter. You just want to see its face as a God, no problem. See it as a God. No, you are daring enough, put your face there. Will it create ego? No. It will give a pattern to your mind to create that kind of thing in your life. Your mind always works on images. That's why it is called as imaginary process. Now you said, but this is it kind of a programming? Yes, absolutely. It's a kind of a programming. How many of you watch television? Good. No other people is watching. They say, I don't have time enough to watch because my mantras and my songs go on along with me so long that I don't have a time to even go and watch a television. What is it called? नो टीवी. नरेंद्र जी देखो, दूसरों को टीवी बांट देते हैं लेकिन खुद के घर में टीवी नहीं रखते. ये सब अच्छे लोग हैं देखो. But have you realized there is a word that is used? It is called as television programming. What is coming on the television? A program is coming. What is a program? They are trying to program you. What is a programming? If you are a technical guy, you understand what programming is. What is programming? Changing something as per your requirement. Now, never allow your kids to watch television in the late night. And you should not also watch. But now the good thing is you have a remote and you have a choice of channels. Earlier you didn't have. Can I give a shock to you? Like, you will realize actually what happens. When you are sitting in the late night, now you are in the beta state, you are very active, right? But slowly when it becomes late night, you are getting ready to sleep. The serotonin is clicking. Now you are about to sleep. So you are slowly moving from that beta to beta alpha state. That is where your mind becomes receptive. When do the advertisements come? क्या आप अपना वजन घटाना चाहते हो? Do you want to become rich? Do you want to have this? Do you have? मेरे जीवन में पहले बहुत सारी तकलीफें थी. जब से मैंने ये अमृतांजन लगाना शुरू किया, सब तकलीफें थी. When do they come?
Late at night.
What kind of products come in that later night? The products that are not selling.
That's right.
Do you think they have coming there? No, there are two things. They get a cheaper slot. You think that, but that slot is heavier on cost. You know why? Because the person who is seeing it is more prone to buy it because he is not in his complete beta state of consciousness. So whatever they say, it slowly enters into your, that's what we call as subliminal images and subliminal programming. How many of you have found that the kids are not very interested in the program that is going on, but the moment the advertisements come, they stop and they look at it? Have you seen that? Kids are more interested in advertisements rather than the programs that you are seeing. Yes or no? You know why? Because they have subliminal images in that. They attract their subconscious mind immediately without you knowing. Your child's brain is changing. That's why they cost so much. Can you see how a programming happens in your mind? But good that you are not watching TV. But the problem is we all have Netflix. And now we know what all we are watching. And I said, Kirti, we began with something. The kind of inputs that has gone in my childhood has become my memory. My memories has become my reference point. My reference point have become my present reality of life. And now what I am putting into it?
Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones.
So what are they showing there?
A lot of violence.
Violence, politics, killing, winning over something. You should have it. All allurings, right?
Yes.
So what kind of thing will go inside me now? Which is growing inside me now? Is that exactly what is growing inside me now?
I guess what I have found is that the attraction of watching a show is to, in a way, live that particular life that you actually can't live in yours.
That's not right.
But I agree with you. It might have some sort of...
How many of you want to live like James Bond? But you see Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Then I don't know what all names of those. But when you watch that, what attracts you more there? You never, almost never look at the lifestyle they are living, but what they are doing.
That's right.
Even without your knowledge. So although my intention was that, okay, now if I watch it, I will be a little bit relaxed, right?
Mhm.
I have some, no, do that. I don't say stop it completely. If you can stop it, it's great. But if you cannot, at least limit it. And at the same time, the amount of time that you spend on all those things, can you spend 10% of it listening to good things? Kirti, you can pause, like mute yourself. I think Kian is on a run.
Sorry.
Okay. So whether you are doing this kind of input, what you have to do is at least do something good so that it is balanced in that part. Now, how many of you do that? All the people, those who are into jap, mantras, puja, at least you are able to do that. And if you are not putting that junk inside that, that's really good. So starting with that basics, even just tell anyone who says like I'm meditating and the moment I close my eyes, I'm able to see all hazy things. Is becoming all like smoke, 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 dark, dark, dark. Ask them to stop. Give them a reference point. You say, first start with something. But if you are able to close your eyes and you are not seeing darkness, the moment you close your eyes, you are just happy, just like a light is burning within you. A lamp has already been lightened up. That's the right way. You see, when I close my eyes, you can tell that I see all darkness. If you focus, you see light.
Manash, are you saying that we need to see an image of a lamp or just light in general?
I'm giving you an example, like when you are closing your eyes, it is as if there is a light already within you. Finding your light within yourself is the first step of meditation. Means closing your eyes. We will do that right now. So don't worry. So that you realize what was being done right and what was being done wrongly. Now again, some people will say, "Itne din ke baad, you're telling us now after we doing so many days, so many months, and so many years of thing. I thought you don't need it." You remember the Guru? He said, "No, you should be knowing that this is all the package. This comes along." But anyways, if you are starting today also, why not change this today? You're still alive, you're not dead. Why not change it today? So all of us, anyone who is not driving, anyone who is not cooking, anyone who is not standing, please sit down. Revati ji, or anyway, she is in the back seat of the car, so it's okay with her also. And we will do a small little meditation. A very quick one. So anyone wants to change the environment by lighting up some incense sticks or dimming the light or creating a Buddha image in front of them and sit in front of that. You can do that. That adds up. Right? There are certain kind of smells. When you smell that, you feel so good. So you should find those things. What makes you calm? What makes you quieter? And if you find all those things, you use those things as props so that your mind and your body is at much more ease and at relaxation. Okay. So everyone ready? All the people off the screen, please at least show the thumb or raise something like that so that I understand you're ready. Okay, good. Now, take a deep breath and close your eyes as you are exhaling. जैसे आप सांसों को बाहर फेंक रहे हो वैसे वैसे धीरे से अपने आंखों को बंद कर दें. Close your eyes. and just sit there until a light appears within. If you have to imagine a light, imagine any form of light, whichever you are comfortable with, so that you don't walk in darkness. Now, if you are focusing it right, suddenly you will find a sensation anything above your chest. It might be at the chest level, it might be at your throat, and it might be most probably at the third eye level, if you are focusing right. Because these are not of the work of the lower chakras, it is the work of the upper chakras. A very slight crawling sensation, or might be a throbbing sensation, or might be as if something is slowly beating. At the same time, you will feel the surge of energy. For some of us, it will be very subtle energy, as if a water is flowing. And for some, the vibration will be very frequential. It will literally feel like as if you should reach out to that place, might be at the forehead, as if something is crawling and you have to scratch it. It would be that kind of sensation. But hold on to that. And you can absolutely feel that although it feels a little heavier on the body side from the lower chakras also, but above your heart chakra, it is more heavier. Now continue to see the light. And from here on, I will not say anything. Let that light guide you. The only thing that you have to add in this is you can take an image of any deity or any person that you want and allow him to guide you. Now, I will be quiet for the next 3 to 5 minutes, and your guidance should come from within. Just allow yourself to wherever it goes, whatever you experience is all yours. So I stop my voice for the next 3 to 5 minutes. You continue with your light and let it guide you. And at the same time, I also join you in your process. I also sit here with quiet eyes, closed eyes, and I join you, especially for the people, those who see me as the light. And here we begin the process of quiet and silent guidance. Don't open your eyes until I say to. Open it. Okay. So now, wherever you are, just bring your focus onto your breath. Just observe your breath. Now, once you observe your breath, become comfortable of your body again. And take a deep breath now. Exhale it through the mouth. One more time. Relax. And slowly open your eyes. Now, Kirti, despite all the disturbances around you, were you still able to meditate better or not?
Yes, Manash, right. To begin with, when I started concentrating on the light, it was calm, and I could definitely concentrate better. It's a different thing that my mind started sort of taking over after a little bit, and then took me to, a lot of different accumulated ideas. But other than that, the beginning bit felt much more stable than before.
So can you see the horse is still carrying you away wherever it wants? So that will need a little bit of more practice on that part. But when you do that tratak that I said, if you focus on that thing and start doing it, your mind will be completely focused. And once you learn that focusing, when you sit with your closed eyes also, you will not be deviating. For example, other people here in the room, for some people, they have not gone anywhere, they have not seen anything, but they are absolutely calm and quiet within themselves. It's not necessary that you saw something. It's not necessary you went somewhere. And for some people, they might have heard whatever I'm saying. But when I was not saying anything, they were still sitting quiet and calm. And that is still existing in all of us. Yes or no? So I think we just did it for 3 to 4 minutes. And if 3 to 4 minutes of right way of doing it can help you or not, you need not sit for 2 hours. You can still get the same benefit of sitting half an hour, wandering around 30 times. And for 2 minutes, you sit there. Narendraji, that will slowly reside. Just focus on the breath. Take some easy breaths in and out. It will release on its own. It is because you are having that, because it is actually taking you to that space that you were in last Sunday. So Jansi says, feeling like that I sat for a long time. Yes, you did not sat for a long time. You just sat for 3 to 5 minutes. Not more than that. Because I saw the watch here. It was just that much time. But this is how somebody should begin. Now you got your clarity, Kirti. Where to begin, how to begin it.
Yes, Manoj.
What is the right way of seeing it and what is the wrong way of doing it. Anytime if you are going and you are seeing all that day's darkness or hazy thing, open your eyes again. Go back to your reference point. Look at that reference again. Go back, close your eyes and then sit. Now, when I'm saying that if you close your eyes, you don't need a reference point. The moment you close your eyes, you will see that light already. Check. Then see it's like illuminating within. Why? Because the first time you create the impression on it, that lasts. And now you gave a reference point of a light for it. Why light? Because in darkness, I don't know where I'm going. In light, I can decide where I want to go. So this was the basic of it. Next, when I talk about consciousness and the level of consciousness and how to grow that consciousness into another realm, we will slowly move. Because this group, the UK group, is very new. So that's why I'm starting again with the basics of it. But Kirti, as I know you and all the people, those who are already moving with me for some time by now, if you have not attended the morning session, go watch it. But I think those time will be worth watching it. Because what we have done today is completely logical and completely the logic going beyond the logic itself. Using logic to kill logic. So you can take with that. And now, because we are almost on time, if anyone has any questions, you can put forth, or else we can close this, wind it up for this day. So as you like it. So any further questions, Kirti or anyone, we will take it up, or else we will wind it up.
I've actually got a quick question, Manash, right?
Please.
Given all of the processes that I do, most days within the week from Monday to Friday happen very in a good way, but usually over the weekend, because I've got kids and I've got a bit more to do to take care of them. I tend to miss most weekends, I would say, in terms of job, but then I pick them back up again on Monday. What tends to happen is those 2 days that I've missed, I can see, my mind or myself sort of drifting back into the old ways slowly. But then I invest a bit more time on Monday morning to do the job, to do the jobs, and then I can feel like I'm sort of back up again. Obviously, that is not a good thing, but it's quite difficult at the moment managing both the jobs, or at least over the weekends. It's difficult. What would you recommend I do?
Let us make your weekend a strong end then.
Okay.
So how to make it a strong end is, weekends generally we tend to sleep a little bit more, which anyways we are not allowing to do by doing a Sunday session for you people.
Yes.
However, on weekends, you do one thing. Make a separate routine for your weekends. Weekends, you should rise much earlier than you regularly rise. Why? Because you know that on those weekends, your kids will be around and they will not allow you to do your job.
Yes.
Do your job early morning, complete it, go back to sleep. Your sadhana should not stop. Your sadhana is like building one brick over one brick over one brick. Is it okay? I use like throughout the week, I have 5 bricks, and on weekends, I leave 2 bricks and again put something on that. There is a gap.
Yes.
Can it sustain?
True.
It won't. And then it is not strong. It is not has a consistency. Then it has a more chances to fall.
Yes.
So what is priority for you? If your jobs are priority for you, then give it a priority on weekends as well, and turn your weekends into strong ends. I don't know why we call it as weekends. It should be a strong end as well in that part.
Makes sense, Manoj. Thank you.
Right? So do that. Might be 30 minutes earlier, might be 1 hour early, because on that day you have the luxury to sleep in the day as well.
Yes.
So do that. Compensate your sleep if you are not able to. But wake up early when no one is there. And Every single day, I would like to suggest the only thing. Wake up at a time when everybody's sleeping. That should be your me time. Nobody disturbs you in that time. If you develop that me time, you will see so many things changing in you. Not only in your health, not only in your relationship, absolutely completely in your life in altogether. So create a me time for you, where you just sit and be you. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Manash.
Thank you. Thank you, Kirti. Thank you.
I think Kushiji also has a question.
Okay, please put that.
Yeah, I'll ask her to unmute. Please unmute, Kushiji.
Hello.
You can speak, Kushiji. Kushiji, you can speak.
I think there must be some issue with her mic. Okay. And no problem. We can take it up on Wednesday also. No issues. Okay. So I think no one else has anything. So we can wrap it up. But this is a very, very basic things that we are speaking here because I want to build that up. But Kirti, you should not miss today's session that was done.
Yes, Manash, I'll watch it today.
I think all the people, those who attended it, with unison, they can say that it was one of the most mind-blowing sessions that they have had. First, you have to bear what I was saying. You have to hold on, because initially you said, what is he saying? Nothing makes sense. And that's my way. Nothing makes sense. But at the end, you see what Alivaj is writing?
Yeah, just see that.
And everyone will say the same thing. You see?
I'll definitely watch it, by the way.
Okay, but watch it at one go. Just like you watch Netflix at one go.
Yes.
So you want to have a amazing experience. You feel like you are watching a satsang. Create a sticker, put it on the screen, Netflix.
I got you, yeah.
So thank you everyone for rejoining. Thank you everyone for being here. A very basic thing, but you can help someone with it, I believe. If you have crossed that path, if you have already transcended it, you might be of help to someone, to guide them to start with the basics. So Kirti, especially when there are people in the UK where you are right now, they are struggling with it. They don't know how to go ahead with it. Just give them this simple basic exercise. What I asked you to do, a simple basic exercise. If they can just sit for 2 to 5 minutes, not more than that, we don't need them to meditate for 30 minutes. Just ask them to sit for 2 to 5 minutes and see the change that they have. And thereon, they will build it on their own. And then we are there to guide them. So no issues. Okay?
Yes, Manash.
So thank you. Thank you, everyone. And all the people, those who are in Hyderabad, in the Deccan region, and they are celebrating Bonal, wish you an amazing Bonal. So thank you so much. See you all on Wednesday in our Q&A session. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful life, and remember that what you are, who you are. Whenever you tend to forget, go back and watch the session that we had today. Aham Brahmasmi. And sorry, Haribhai is not there. So we will close it. We have to end the session right now. Thank you. Thank you, Narendraji. To you as well. Thank you so much. So I'm ending the session.